If you think every new car these days has to be either an SUV or a fully electric vehicle, then the 2025 BYD Seal 6 German Mark I is about to change your mind. Because this car is not an SUV, and it's not a pure EV either. It's something more clever. It's a plug-in hybrid that doesn't just tick boxes for tax breaks, but actually redefines how practical, efficient, and enjoyable a hybrid can be. And here's the kicker, it might just be the car that makes you question whether you even need that SUV or EV you've been eyeing. Let's be honest. SUVs have been dominating the roads for years, and EVs are stealing all the headlines. But in between, hybrids often feel like the forgotten middle child doing a bit of both, but not always impressing it either. That's where the BYD Seal 6 German Mark I steps in. BYD calls it part of their super hybrid lineup, and it's easy to see why. This isn't your typical plug-in that only shines when the battery is full. No. The Seal 6 is engineered to work seamlessly, whether you're on electric, power, petrol, or a mix of both. It's not about compromise, it's about balance, and perhaps the boldest move. BYD isn't chasing SUV trends here. Instead, the Seal 6 comes as a sedan or an estate, known as the touring version. That's right, a proper wagon in 2025. In a market obsessed with high-riding crossovers, BYD dares to go against the current, and the result might be one of the smartest decisions the brand has made. Because when you think about it, sedans and wagons offer better aerodynamics, more efficiency, and just as much practicality without the bulk of an SUV. From the outside, the Seal 6 makes a strong first impression. It's sleek, elegant, and modern, with clean lines that scream sophistication rather than aggression. The front end is sharp, with slim LED headlights that stretch into a sculpted grille, giving it a futuristic yet approachable vibe. The sedan looks low and planted, almost sporty, while the estate adds a dose of versatility without sacrificing style. In fact, the touring version might just be the more desirable one, especially for families or anyone who wants the practicality of an SUV without the inefficiency. Walk around the car and you notice thoughtful touches everywhere. Flush door handles give it a premium feel, while aerodynamic creases help cut drag and improve range. The rear is tidy, with wraparound taillights that accentuate its width, and in the estate version, a long roofline that makes it look properly European. It's clear BYD designed this car not just for China, but with global markets in mind, particularly Europe, where estates still have a strong following. And compared to the endless wave of generic SUVs, the Seal 6 feels refreshing, even daring. Step inside, and the BYD Seal 6 really starts to show off. The cabin is modern, minimal, and bathed in tech. The centerpiece is a massive touchscreen 12.8 inches on lower trims and a gigantic 15.6-inch display on higher ones. Unlike some older BYD models, this screen doesn't rotate, and that's a good thing. Instead, it stays fixed, giving you a proper, tablet-like interface with sharp graphics and smooth animation. Almost all the car's functions are housed here, from navigation to climate control. And while physical buttons are scarce, clever gestures like swiping 3 fingers across the screen to adjust temperature help keep things intuitive. The materials feel premium for the price point, with soft-touch plastics, neat stitching, and metallic accents that elevate the ambience. The seats are comfortable and supportive, designed for long journeys rather than just short commutes. There's plenty of space in the back, and in the touring model, the boot capacity is seriously impressive, offering more room than many compact SUVs. Families will appreciate the practicality, while business users will love the executive-like comfort of the rear bench. Technology is another strong suit. BYD equips the Seal 6 with a fully digital driver display, wireless phone charging, and smartphone integration, though at this stage, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto availability depends on market rollout. The higher trims even add advanced driver aids, including adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assistance, and a 360-degree camera system. It's not just about looking futuristic, it feels futuristic in daily use. But let's get to the part that makes the Seal 6 DMI stand out. Under the bonnet sits a 1.5-liter 4-cylinder petrol engine. On paper, it's not very impressive, just 98 horsepower and 122 Newton-meters of torque. But here's the twist, it's not there to wow you with power. Most of the time, this engine works as a generator, while the electric motors do the real driving. And that's where the magic happens. The lineup starts with the boost trim, pairing the engine with a 10 kWh battery and delivering 181 horsepower. That's enough for around 31 miles of electric-only range in the estate version, which covers most people's daily commutes. Step up to the Comfort Light or Comfort trims, and things get more exciting. The battery grows to 19 kWh, giving you 62 miles of EV range for the estate and 65 miles for the sedan. Power also increases to 209 horsepower with 300 Newton-meters of torque. Suddenly, this family-friendly car starts to feel brisk and responsive. In terms of performance, the Seal 6 won't outdrag a Tesla, but it doesn't need to. 0 to 60 takes around 8.5 seconds, which is perfectly fine for daily driving. What's more important is how smooth it feels. The transitions between electric and petrol power are nearly seamless, with barely any vibration or noise. Yes, you might notice a slight hesitation when the engine kicks in during hard acceleration, but once it sinks, the drive is buttery smooth. And when you're just cruising on electric power, it's whisper quiet, perfect for city driving. On the open road, the Seal 6 shows its strength as a cruiser. The cabin remains calm and hushed, with only a faint whisper of wind noise around the pillars at higher speeds. The steering feels light but precise, making it easy to maneuver around town and relaxed on long journeys. The suspension soaks up bumps without feeling floaty, striking that sweet spot between comfort and control. It's not a sports car, and it doesn't pretend to be, but as a practical daily driver, it nails the balance. Now let's talk about efficiency, because that's where this car really shines. In real-world testing, the Seal 6 Touring managed around 45 miles on electric power alone, even with passengers and luggage on board. That's better than most plug-in hybrids on sale today. Once the battery ran out, it still achieved around 51 miles per gallon, which is seriously impressive. Combine the two, and you've got a car that's genuinely capable of reducing fuel stops, lowering costs, and cutting emissions, all without the range anxiety of a pure EV. Safety is also a priority here. BYD equips the Seal 6 with a full suite of driver assistance systems, including automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, rear cross-traffic alert, and adaptive cruise control. The car is designed to meet strict European crash standards, and given BYD's track record with other models, a 5-star Euro NCAP rating seems likely. Families can feel reassured knowing this car isn't just efficient, but also safe and dependable. Pricing is expected to be competitive, and that's where BYD could really shake things up. While exact numbers vary by market, the Seal 6 German Mark-I is positioned to undercut rivals like the Toyota Prius plug-in, Hyundai Ioniq 6, and even some entry-level EV. And when you consider the tech, the efficiency, and the practicality on offer, it suddenly looks like one of the smartest buys in its segment. Of course, no car exists in a vacuum, so let's look at rivals. The most obvious competition comes from plug-in hybrids like the Toyota Prius Prime, Hyundai Sonata PHEV, and even wagons like the Peugeot 508 PSE. But here's where the BYD Seal 6 has an edge. Unlike many rivals, it offers long electric ranges, smooth transitions, and the choice of sedan or estate body styles. Compared to SUVs like the Toyota RAV4 Prime or Ford Kuga PHEV, the Seal 6 is more aerodynamic, more efficient, and often more affordable. It's not trying to be flashy, it's trying to be smart. And this brings us to the verdict. The 2025 BYD Seal 6 German Mark-I isn't just another plug-in hybrid, it's a rethink of what this category can be. It doesn't force you into the SUV trend, and it doesn't limit you with the compromises of a pure EV. Instead, it offers choice, efficiency, and practicality, all wrapped in a stylish package that feels premium without the premium price. It's the kind of car that quietly does everything right, and before you know it, you'll wonder why more automakers aren't following this formula. For families, commuters,